There's an old flannel shirt in the bottom drawer, weathered and worn like the soul it wore through the whispering oaks near the creek it knew, beneath the vast restless skies of blue. I can still see her there, laughing wild and free in that sunset glow forever etched in me. Flannel shirt whispers soft and low, they sing of a love lost long ago. Under wide western skies I roam apart, with the echoes of her laughter haunting my heart. Once we dreamed on a dusty gravel road, plans like the wildflowers around us sowed, but seasons turned from gold to gray, and that storm rolled in, took her far away. Now the porch swings empty, the cabin's cold, with only memories for me to hold. Flannel shirt whispers soft and low, they sing of a love lost long ago. Under wide western skies I roam apart, with the echoes of her laughter haunting my heart. I roam these hills like a shadow in the rain, each drop a syllable spelling out her name. Maybe in the rustle of the leaves or the wind's sad song is where the heart of a wandering man belongs. Flannel shirt whispers, an old refrain, echoing through the pines like a sweet, soft pain. I'll ride these trails where the wild winds dart, with her whispers wrapped tight around my heart. Flannel shirt whispers never let me go. In the silence of the night, they're the only love I know.
At the edge where the oak trees meet the sky, I found your scarf, blue as a stormy July. The riverbend whispered your sweet goodbye, under a canvas painted with sunset side. Hear the riverbend echoes calling me home, to the ghost of your laughter where wild winds roam. My heart rides the trails where we used to roam, but those paths are just memories fading alone. The porch still creaks like it did before, but my boots sound hollow on the wooden floor. Rain taps the windows, but doesn't bring more than the echo of kisses that time can restore. Hear the riverbend echoes calling me So I listen for you in the riverbend's moan, among the echo of steps on gravel once known. The heart may wander, but always it's shown. Wherever I roam, your memory's my home. In the shadow of an old oak tree, where our names were carved for eternity, the sunset bleeds through the leaves like fire. Memories whisper on the breeze a choir. Under that oak on that soft dirt floor, we swore our forever near the old porch door. The seasons turn as they always do, and under those branches only one shadow grew. Silence bleeds in this dusty heart. Winds carry voices while we're apart. The trails grow cold as the night draws in, lost in the echoes of what might have been. What might have been. Gravel roads where we once rode side by side, now just empty tracks where my sorrows hide. The cabin where laughter once filled the air stands hollow, the hearth cold and bare. Your scarf still hangs by the old wood chair, its colors faded like the love we shared. The rain taps soft on the window pane, rhythm to the tears of sorrow, the pain. Silence bleeds in this dusty heart. Winds carry voices while we're apart. The trails grow cold as the night draws in, lost in the echoes of what might have been. Oh, what might have been. Sometimes the quiet speaks louder than words, in the rustle of leaves and the flight of the birds. I wander these hills with my heart laid bare, searching for signs of a love that was there. Oh, silence bleeds, oh, it cuts so deep through the whispers of love we promised to keep. As I walk these roads under fading skies, I see your smile in the sunrise. Yet in this quiet where I roam and tread, I carry your love and the silence bleeds. Yes, the silence bleeds where my heart still leads. Just what might have been. In a town where the oak trees whisper inside, I recall her porch where the old swing still lies. Her eyes listen like the prairie to rain, knew all my joy and cradled my pain. We traced gravel roads under skies wide and vast, but like shadows at dusk those days they pass. Her eyes listen, but now they're on far from my star, across empty cabins where wild memories are. In the silence of the wind, her laughter I chase, through the fading trails of her vanishing grace. The saddle sits dusty, my boots worn and old, in the room where her scarf holds the cold. Seasons turned ruthless, the oaks aged in grief, each leaf a story, each fall too brief. She left with the dawn like a phantom, a ghost, leaving echoes in the heart she knew most. Her eyes listen, but now they roam far from my star, across empty cabins where wild memories are. In the whisper of the trees, her soft verses I hear, but they're just fleeting shadows. She's no longer here. So here's to the trails that we once rode side by side. Now I wander them alone with the sunset as my guide. The land stretches out like the sorrow in my chest. In the quiet of this night, I admit I'm just a guest. Her eyes listen, and oh how my soul has tried to move past the pain to the other side. But in every dusty sunset and each star above, I find the beauty and the curse of an undying love. Her eyes listen, and I'm still learning to let go in this haunting quiet, where the cold winds blow. By the banks where the willow trees sway, there's a campfire we built one summer's day, under skies vast and blue as your eyes. On the soft bed of earth where my lone heart lies, we carved our dreams in the bark of an oak, shared whispered tales with the smoke. But the river rose on that stormy night, washed away the fire that once burned so bright. Now I roam through the towns, past the doors you once knew. Every sunset's a memory, fading like the dew. Love's like a trail that just wins and wins. Campfire washed away, leaving only vines. Now the cabin stands empty, the windows all bare, like the hollow in my chest filled with cold prairie air. Where we danced on the porch, the old record spun, a melody lost to the silence succumb. Gravel roads stretch untouched by your tread, the saddles untouched like the words we left unsaid. But the river rose on that stormy night, washed away the fire that once burned so bright. Now I roam past the porches under ghostly moon's hue, each step a reminder of the love that once grew. Love's like a shadow in the twilight's deep lines, campfire washed away, leaving echoes behind. In the whispers of the wind, through the chasm so deep, find the scarf you once wore. Is it still mine to keep? As the stars wheel above in their cold distant play, the darkness holds tight where your warmth used to lay. And the river keeps rising like my heart's mournful cry, washing over old memories that refuse to die. Every campfire I build, every flame I set free, is a prayer that someday your shadow returns to me. Love's a story that ends where it once did begin. Campfire washed away, but the embers still spin. dawn's gray whisper, cold morning flew, with her hair like wildfire and eyes so true. We'd sit by the creek where the old oak grew. Life was a dream in the misty dew. Oh, cold morning, why'd you ride away? With my heart in your saddlebag each passing day. The trails grow cold as the skies turn gray, and I'm just a shadow on the old byway. The cabin stands empty on Whispering Pine, where we carved our names in the soft sweet rime. But the wind sings lonesome across the divide since you took the sunset, left me behind. Oh, cold morning, why'd you ride away? With my heart in your saddlebag each passing day. The trails grow cold as the skies turn gray, and I'm just a shadow on the old byway. I've wandered the valleys and I've climbed the peaks, worn my boots through the dust of 1,000 streets, but no road I travel could ever compete with a memory of you so wild and sweet. Oh, cold morning, why'd you ride away? With my heart in your saddlebag each passing day. The trails grow cold as the skies turn gray, and I'm whispering love to the winds that stray. So here's to the love that rides with the dawn, to the heart that keeps traveling long after it's gone. Cold morning, in my song you live on, in the echoes of old porches till the stars are withdrawn. In the shadow of the oak where we once lay, I found an old hat fraying at the brim. Saw the sun bleed its gold over the clay, each thread a memory growing dim. Your laughter echoes wild across the creek, where scarves dance freely in the springtime air. Now the silence speaks the words we cannot speak, on that old porch ghostly in disrepair. And my hat fell apart like my heart in your hands, threads unwinding in the merciless winds, drifting like the dust through forgotten lands, where the twilight of our love never ends. Saddles worn where you once sat to ride, down trails now choked by weeds and untold fears. Those paths we blazed side by side, now just gravel roads that disappear. The cabin stands, but not the dreams we made. Empty rooms where shadows lay their claim. In the heart, the fire's soft glow is faded, with only ashes left to hold your name. My hat fell apart like my heart in your hands, threads unwinding in the merciless winds, drifting like the dust through forgotten lands, where the twilight of our love never ends. Oh, how the rains whispered old truths, washing over a land so parched, so bare. Mighty rivers lose their way just like I lose you, in the echoes of promises hanging in the air. And so my hat fell apart like the seams of my soul, under skies vast and wide where the lonely rivers roll. Farewell to the heartache, farewell to the start, in a world that keeps turning, though my hat fell apart. In the land that remembers, in the wind's soft depart, I'll keep wandering, love, with my hat falling apart. Out by the creek, under old oak shade, where our names are carved deep in the bark. Sunsets painted our dreams in amber and jade. In that wild land we sparked a light in the dark. The shadow haunts these empty cabins, whispers in the wind, through broken panes, echoes of laughter, ghost of a scar. The heart remembers, the soul retains. Those gravel roads knew our footsteps well, to a quiet porch where time did swell. But seasons turn, as did your gaze. Now I'm wading through these lonesome days. The shadow haunts these fading trails, dancing in the dust kicked up by my heels. Underneath the brim of my weathered hat lies the burdened eyes that can't look back. By the old corral I pause and sigh, a lone stallion against the vast cruel sky. Rain whispers secrets to the thirsty ground, in the symphony of sorrow I am bound. Shadow haunts, yet I roam these parts with echoes of hooves and a shattered heart, riding through the memories under stars so grand. A cowboy's shadow, forever damned. So here's to the wind, my only friend tonight. Carry these songs of a lost love's plight to the horizon where past and present blend. His shadow and mine till the very end. In the dawn's pale light, where the oak tree shadows lie, I once woke beside her under the endless frontier sky. The porch creaked softly with our whispered dreams, cold morning tied down in the seams of old blue jeans. The cabin held the warmth of love like a sacred flame, and every whispered wind seemed to breathe her name. Oh, how the heart can yearn through the seasons turn, lost like the sun dipping low where the quiet rivers flow. Her scarf still holds the scent of juniper and rain, every thread a reminder of love's sweet lingering pain. And now the gravel roads stretch out like the regrets I own. Her laughter echoes over creeks where we once had roamed. The town once bustling fades like the trails we rode, each hoof beat a memory, every sunset low. She drifted away like the leaves in the autumn breeze, left me with these empty rooms and rusting sycamore trees. Oh, how the heart can yearn through the seasons turn, lost like the sun dipping low where the quiet rivers flow. Her scarf still holds the scent of juniper and rain, every thread a reminder of love's sweet lingering pain. By the fireside, the shadows dance alone tonight, the stars above like eyes watching in the quiet light. Maybe in another life where the wildflowers remain, we'd ride those dusty trails, never to part again. Oh, how my heart still yearns as the old world turns beneath the endless sky where old lovers say goodbye, tied down on this cold morning with nothing left to claim. Her memory, a silent song, a whisper through the plains. Under the shadow of an old oak tree, I penned a letter, edges worn like an old saddle seam. The ink was mixed with the dust of the trail. Words faded like my voice on the wind of the veil. Paper held the scent of rain on dry earth, each word a whisper of what our love was worth. Echo that goodbye letter sank in the river's heart, drifted away under skies that tear old dreams apart. Sunset's fire burns cold in the lonely cowboy's night, where once love thrived, now only twilight. The porch still creaks with memories of our laughter, gravel roads keep the trace of our chapters, but the cabin stands empty, a shell of yesterday, where echoes of your footsteps slowly decay. The scarf you left behind flutters in the breeze, a flag of surrender to the siege of memories. Oh, that goodbye letter sank in the river's heart, drifted away under skies that tear old dreams apart. Sunset's fire burns cold in the lonely cowboy's night, where once love thrives, now only twilight. In the silence of the plains, I feel your absence near, each star a tear in the fabric of the atmosphere. The trails grow over, the wildflowers bow their heads, nature's soft laments for the love that treads. So that goodbye letter sank, and with it my resolve, in the endless river flow where our sweet past dissolves. I ride under the fading light with a heart that can't forget. A cowboy wanders on in the twilight of regret.
In the shadow of the old oak tree, where the wild roses used to grow, I found your scarf, a faded red, left behind like the love we know. That dusty path by Johnson's farm still haunts my boots, I roam alone, each step a memory hard and warm, a ghost of laughter, your soft tone. Thorns flew with the western wind through the fields where we once lay. Now every sunset seems to end with echoes of you drifting away. These lonely trails, these silent stars, guide me to where my heart did part. Among the rust on old tin bars lies the burial place of my worn heart. Porch still creaks just like it did when we'd sit watching rain sweep in. But now the woods as empty as the heartbeats missing from within. These gravel roads, they know my stride, they've watched the years peel from my soul. Once walked with joy, now each a ride towards tomorrow's ceaseless toll. Thorns flew with the western wind through the fields where we once lay. Now every sunset seems to end with echoes of you drifting away. These lonely trails, these silent stars, guide me to where my heart did part. Among the rust on old tin bars lies the burial place of my worn heart. The wildlands bleed and blend with every tear that the sky has sent. In every gust your scent returns, as fleeting as the fire that burns. I whisper names into the breeze, praying they'll carry back western wind through the fields where we once lay. Now every sunset paints the end of dreams and dust both swept away. These lonely trails, these fading scars guide me to where I'll always part. Underneath these morning stars, with your memory forever my heart. In the quiet of night, the wind sings low, and I reckon it's time to let you go. Underneath the old oak tree where the shadows lean so long, I carved our names inside a heart. The world was right and nothing was wrong. That dusty trail to your porch, it knew my boots, knew my soul. But like the sunset steals the day, time came around, took its toll. Silence said nothing, but it screamed in my ears. Each whisper of the wind holds the echoes of our years. Where once you stood, now there's only my own shadow in the dust. Silence said nothing, but it told me all about us. The saddle hangs on the barn wall, leather cracked like my worn heart, and that scarf you left behind is fading, tearing me apart. Gravel roads where we once laughed, now trails of tears under moonlit skies. Empty cabins, rooms full of ghosts with love's echo, my lonesome cries. Silence said nothing, but it screamed in my ears. Each whisper of the wind holds the echoes of our years. Where once you stood, now there's only my own shadow in the dust. Silence said nothing, but it told me all about us. Rain falls on the old tin roof like the tears I've cried for you. Every drop of memory faded, but somehow still feels new. In the quiet of this night, under stars that we once knew, I'm learning that letting go is something I can't just choose. Silence said nothing, and yet it speaks so true. Each whisper of the wind is a bit of me, a part of you. Now I walk these trails alone where our laughter once had flowed. Silence says nothing, but it's the only voice I've known. Silence says nothing as I let you go. But in my heart, oh in my heart, it's where your memory forever owns. In the shadow of a pine, where the wildflowers sway, we etched our names in a heart deep in the grave. Underneath that tree, on a bed of fallen leaves, promises were whispered as the dust clung to our sleeves. Oh, the pine tree walked away
with the north wind's mournful cries, left me standing alone where our old love lies. The sunset paints the skies, but all the colors turn to gray. Ever since that pine and you walked away. Years have rolled like rivers neath the moon's watchful gaze. Old porch creaks alone, reminiscing better days. The saddle hangs untouched, dust gathers on its skin, a testament to rides and the trails we wander in. Oh, the pine tree walked away with the north wind's mournful cries, left me standing alone where our old love lies. The sunset paints the skies, but all the colors turn to gray. Ever since that pine and you walked away. The gravel road's still there, it leads to nowhere now. Echoes of your laughter are shadows in the plow. I tread that path in dreams, find the tree that knew our names, only to awake to the whispering ghost that remains. Oh, the pine tree walked away like the dreams that break a day. No more whispers in the leaves, no more words left to say. And as the stars appear, I feel the night reclaim the place where once a pine and love knew my name. In the shadow of Lonesome Hill, neath the ancient oak's embrace, where the wind whispers secrets through the leaves' gentle trace, we carved our names young and wild in bark so old and gray, under skies of endless blue, where time just slipped away. Her laughter echoed softly over fields of golden grain, a melody of joy once sung, now a silent haunting refrain. And Lonesome Hill stood still as the world moved on beneath. The sunset bled like my heart when I found she'd left with the breeze. Old saddlebags and dusty trails, my companion since she's gone. On Lonesome Hill I stand alone by the oak where we belong. The cabin by the creek now wears a coat of dust and despair. Windows like the vacant eyes of a love that's no longer there. The porch where we danced neath lanterns light now creaks under my weight. With every step a memory falls like leaves to fate's cruel slate. Rain washes old scars, the past we walked turned to mud. Her scarf still hangs on the hook untouched, a relic of our love. And Lonesome Hill stood still as the world moved on beneath. The sunset like my heart when I found she'd left with the breeze. Old saddlebags and dusty trails, my companion since she's gone. On Lonesome Hill I stand alone by the oak where we belong. Now the stars above Lonesome Hill, they judge in silent gaze, pointing to the paths I've shunned since those halcyon days, where the echoes of our laughter and the shadow of her smile guide me like a ghostly light lost between the miles. Lonesome Hill stands still, a monument to dreams we wove in the tapestry of a starlit sky and the lands we used to rove. The oak tree bears the weight of time as my heart bears the cost of loving one who's gone away and mourning what I've lost. On Lonesome Hill I'll return till my days on earth are still a cowboy, a memory, a shadow where Lonesome Hill stood still. In the shadow of the oak, where the wild rivers flow, I found a rusty locket gleaming faintly in the glow. Promises like whispered winds through the chaparral so dry, where echoes of our laughter paint the canyons and the sky. That rusty locket washed away in the rain, like the dreams we built on gravel roads now lost to the plains. Each sunset bleeds a deeper red neath the sorrow's heavy sway. She's a memory riding distant trails forever washed away. Years swept like the river past the porch where we once sat, now just creaking timbers and a faded welcome mat, where a scarf danced with the autumn, a ballet of flame and rust. Only dust remains where once was trust, now swallowed in the gust. Oh, that rusty locket washed away in the rain, like the love we carved deep in the woods, now part of the terrain. Each sunset bleeds a deeper red neath the sorrow's heavy sway. She's a memory riding distant trails forever washed away. I wander these empty cabins with a heart that's lined in stone, past shadows worn and weathered like the skin over my bones. Fading trails my only guides to the woman I once knew. In a locket lost to the river's rush, my heart bids her adieu. Oh, that rusty locket swallowed by the stream, a token of the tenderness that lives now in my dreams. Each sunset bleeds a deeper red across the endless fray. She's a silhouette against the dying light, forever washed away. the cottonwoods lie low, I found her 'neath the heavens' amber glow. Our hearts carved in the old oak by the stream, where whispers of our dreams flowed like a beam. The porch creaked under quiet secret games in that lost town. The sunset called my name. Oh, the bleeding sky, how it knew my plight. Each crimson streak a memory in flight. Lonely paths where my scarred boots have roamed, in the dying light where my heart called home. But shadows stretching, only I'm to blame. Under that sky, the sunset called my name. Years wore down the trail to her front door. Gravel roads don't lead me back no more. Her scarf, still fragrant with yesterday's rain, left behind on the saddle my refrain. The whispering winds, they don't sound the same since from my grasp her warmth did fade and wane. Oh, the bleeding sky, how it knew my plight. Each crimson streak a memory in flight. Lonely paths where my scarred boots have roamed, in the dying light where my heart called home. But shadows stretching, only I'm to blame. Under that sky, the sunset called my name. And now each night as stars begin their dance, I wonder if there's still a ghost of a chance to rewrite the tales penned by dust and time, to clear the rust and climb back in her prime. But the night is vast and the chill lays claim on the heart of a cowboy, wild and untamed. Yes, the bleeding sky, it once knew my plight. Its colors dim as I turn from the light. The road stretches long, my regrets I tame. Echoes linger where the sunset called my name. In the stillness her laugh softly fades to low, with the sunset's call a whisper evermore.
In the shadow of a highland near the whispering creeks I'd grow, where the oak trees hold the secrets of the days we used to roam. A faded scarf, the one you wore, caught on a bramble's thorn. Still smell the rain on that old porch where our boot prints are worn. Lost trail tied down where my heart beats slow. Underneath the setting sun where the cool winds blow. Every whispered breeze sings a melody of you. Lost trail tied down, in the echoes I'm still blue. Used to ride through open meadows, dust a-kicking from our heels. Now the cabin's all boarded, with only ghosts at the windowsills. The gravel roads we wandered are overgrown, the map's been redrawn, where we laugh beneath the starlights till the first light of dawn. Lost trail tied down
where my dreams turn old. Silhouettes against the sky and the lands we once strolled. Every setting sun dips a little more true. Lost trail tied down, every sunset bleeds you. On this lonely ridge I stand, saddle empty by my side. The horizon holds your image, in the twilight I confide. Rivers may wander, mountains might crumble, I'm a shadow in this tale, bound by your memory, forever on this trail. Lost trail tied down, where my soul finds rest, in the quiet town asleep, in the valley of the west. Hear the wind call your name through the old oak tree. Lost trail tied down, forever part of me. Banks where the willow trees sway, there's a campfire we built one summer's day, under skies vast and blue as your eyes, on the soft bed of earth where my lone heart lies. We carved our dreams in the bark of an oak, shared whispered tales with the smoke. But the river rose on its stormy night, washed away the fire that once burned so bright. Now I roam through the towns, past the doors you once knew. Every sunset's a memory fading like the dew. Love's like a trail that just winds and wins, campfire washed away, leaving only vines. The cabin stands empty, the windows all bare, like the hollow in my chest filled with cold prairie air. Where we danced on the porch, the old record spun, a melody lost to the silence succumb. Gravel road stretch and touched by your tread, the saddle's untouched like the words we left unsaid. But the river rose on that stormy night, washed away the fire that once burned so bright. Now I roam past the porches under ghostly moon's hue, each step a reminder of the love that once grew. Love's like a shadow in the twilight's deep vines, campfire washed away, leaving echoes behind. So deep, find the scarf you once wore, is it still mine to keep? As the stars wheel above in their cold distant play, the darkness holds tight where your warmth used to lay. And the river keeps rising like my heart's mournful cry, washing over old memories that refuse to die. Every campfire I build, every flame I set free, is a prayer that someday your shadow returns to me. Love's a story that ends where it once did begin. Campfire washed away, but the embers still spin. in the shadow of an oak, where the wild daisy grows, stands the old house on Prairie Bend, where in years of sun and snow, Porches creak neath my boots as I cross the haunted planks. Every step a story buried in time's unyielding banks. Old house haunts, whispering through the wind, echoes of you in the quietest I spend. The silhouettes dancing in the twilight's ember glow, holding ghosts of your laughter in the places we used to go. That oak's grown older, scarred by lightning's claim, just like my heart, branded by your name. The saddle sits dusty, your scarf's lost its hue, gravel roads less traveled since they last felt you. Old house haunts, whispering through the wind, echoes of you in the quietest I spend. The silhouettes dancing in the twilight's ember glow, holding ghosts of your laughter in the places we used to go. Rain taps on window panes like your fingers drumming slow, each drop a memory in the storm's sorrowful flow. Might be time to ride on, let these shadows rest. Your soul's a settler, staking claim in my chest. Old house haunts, now I'm whispering goodbye to the echoes of us beneath this vast aching sky, as the sunset paints gold on our worn fading trails. In the heart of the wind, your memory prevails.
Past the ridge where the old oak stands, I found her scarf caught on gnarled hands. In that silent place, our laughter echoes through empty cabins and fading meadows, where once the wildflowers dared to grow, now lies a blanket of untouched snow. Oh, the storm turned cold in the heart of night, leaving me lonesome at first morning light. Every whispered breeze across the barren plains sings a sorrowful tune, where only her memory remains. We'd ride through town, dust kicking 'neath hooves, two shadows merged at the fall of dusk. But time like a thief rode silently from smile and the warmth I once knew. Now the porch swings along the gravel road untread by the ghost of a love and the words we left unsaid. Oh, the storm turned cold in the heart of night, leaving me lonesome at first morning light. Every whispered breeze across the barren plains sings a sorrowful tune where only her memory remains. Underneath the starlit canvas, I whisper to the skies, searching for forgiveness in the moon's unblinking eyes. For not the miles I've wandered, nor the stars above could ever erase the traces of that lost, forsaken love. Oh, the storm turned cold, and I'm still here, holding on to shadows, wishing she were near. Wind's a solemn partner in the dance of the forlorn, carrying my heartbreak like a cowboy worn and torn in the chill of the silence where